Hey everybody, I just came on to talk about a few things right now I've been seeing on social media about some fighters that I just wanted to address. I see Terrence is calling out Danny Garcia, which I think is great, an interesting matchup. And it's about time Danny Garcia stepped up and fought some of the more elite fighters in the game anyway. Because as far as I'm concerned, what Danny does is sit on the sideline and watch everybody else fight. That's what Danny does. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on him, and I kind of like Danny Garcia. I think he has skill. I just don't believe he believes in himself. And his father is the mouthpiece for the two. He does all the braggadocious boasting and all the machismo to get fights for Danny, but they carefully pick fights. You know, he doesn't go after the killers out there. And this is one of the few elite guys out there that I've heard really call him out and is really pushing for a fight with him. Because excuse me, who else would be good for him? If he was still active, one time would have been a good. Well, they did fight, but that fight, eh, that was like you put them in a bag, shake the bag up, whoever fell out first. I mean, it's that kind of thing. They're about on the same level, so I could appreciate that. But I don't. I almost forgot about that fight, realistically. But I want to see him in there with the real guys now. I want to see him in there with Terrence. I want to see him in there with Earl Spence Jr. People of that level. Just to name a few, name a couple to be exact. But and then I saw that the heavyweight Wilder was calling out Dominic Brazil. Like I've been saying for years, the heavyweight division is so irrelevant to me personally that I mean he says some real outlandish stuff, telling him, well, telling his son that he wanted him to see the man that's going to cripple his father and all that. There's no place for that in boxing. I understand Wilder's desperate and trying to get a fight right now, or but what's his name? Dominic Brazil is not really exactly a gorilla killer himself. So that's a safe fight for Wilder. Actually, both of them. I don't see really any talent with either one of them. Like Wilder's successful right now because it's like I've been saying for years. It's just nothing out there, and these real tall heavyweights are successful on height and size alone. Tyson Fury, you can throw him on that list. He's another one who tries to be clever and talk a lot of trash, and he think he's witty, and he's not funny at all, and he sure can't fight. I've seen him do some of the goofiest stuff in the ring I've ever seen in my life. As far as I remember, one time he was trying to throw an uppercut. I think I may have shared that tonight, where he was trying to throw an uppercut and hit himself in the face. I've never seen any of the elite great fighters over the years do that. So I can't even begin to consider him a good fighter, not let alone great. But something else he did when he fought Klitschko, I was like, come on, man. When he fought Klitschko, he was standing all the way across the ring from Klitschko, put his hands behind his back, sticking his chin out. He doesn't understand. He needs to go back and look at tapes of great fighters that did that particular move. They were right in the pocket when they did it. So they exhibited a skill called slipping punches. He was so far away from Klitschko when he did it. It was like he may as well have been sitting out in the audience and did that. It was like no way Klitschko could have hit him anyway. So there was no danger in him doing that. But in his head, you can't tell him that wasn't the slickest move ever made in the ring. And that's the kind of stuff. He's just a sideshow as far as I'm concerned, really. But what else is that? Then I'm hoping this is not true. I've heard that Sergio Martinez is talking about coming back. He wants a second fight with Chavez. Okay, you get that second fight, then what? It's no need. You've done your thing, man. Go ride off into the sunset. Like you did. You retired. Stay retired. Stay safe. You know what I mean? It's all about your health at this point in your life. And then the last time he fought against Cotto, you could see his legs were so bad. It wasn't anything Cotto was doing to him. He couldn't even stand up. You know what I mean? I noticed that before the fight started. I was watching it with my youngest son, and I told him, I said, "Man, I don't like the way Sergio was moving around in the dressing room." And he got out there and he started getting knocked around. It was because of his legs. His leg, he's had, he just has bad legs. He just came off an operation for that fight on his legs. His legs won't hold him up now. So I hope he rethinks that, then rethinks it again and retires, or stays retired rather. But then I also heard something about Marcos Madonna coming back. But every time I see him, he looks like he just got out of a pie eating contest. So I don't know about that one. But at any rate, I just had to come on and talk about a few things, and I'll be back on soon. I'm just looking forward to some stuff to transpire. The next really big fight coming up, if you want to consider it that, is Golovkin and Canelo. Which, like I always say, Canelo can win that fight and by knockout. All he has to do is put his foot on the gas. Abel Sanchez has been selling a lot of death, you might say, to Canelo, telling him he wants him to come in there and fight Chavez and all this kind of stuff. But what it sounds like to me is reverse psychology. Sanchez saw just what I saw. Canelo outboxed him the first fight. And all I see is this. If his defense is like it was in that first fight, and he doesn't have to be overly defensive with Chavez, I mean, with Triple, he already fought him. He's tasted his power. He knows now he can live through it. He needs to get in there, put his foot on the gas pedal, and get Triple out of there early because I think he can do it. I don't think that Triple G is this indestructible man that they try to make him out to be. You already saw what happened to one of the indestructible guys in the game, and Chocolatito. Okay, so and all I'm saying is this: nobody's punch proof. That guy can be had, and he showed that in that fight. Canelo boxed his ass. He had Triple G hitting ropes most of that night. So like I said before, the only punch that was working for him was the jab. Nothing else was landing. So if Canelo gets it in his head that hey, I'm going to take this guy out, I want to really get him, I think he can get him. He does not have to play it safe this fight, but stay on his defense. That's all he needs to do because he has the better hand speed, the better foot speed, better head movement. So all in all, that's all I have to say. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.